Hello students, now this session we are going to learn direction cosines and direction ratios. This is the chapter 6 of class 11 paper 1B Telugu Academy textbook. So let us understand what is this direction cosines, and also we will understand what is a dot product and a cross product. Okay. So this is a class 11 maths paper 1B chapter 6 direction cosines and ratios. Let us say a line is there, OP. If it is in only xy coordinate, we know what it is making angle with x and angle with y coordinate. So with x coordinate it makes theta, with y coordinate it makes 90 minus theta. But since it is a three-dimensional now, we have to learn the three-dimensional. Now this line will have a three angles with x, y and z, separate angles. Say with x it is alpha, with y it is beta, and with z it is gamma. So what is cos alpha? Cos alpha is, this is perpendicular line. So x by r, this is the distance. This is a cos alpha. Similarly, cos beta is y, cos beta is y axis, y by r. Similarly, cos gamma is z by r. So these cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are nothing but unit vectors along the direction of x, y, z. The unit vectors along the direction of x, y, z. So what do you mean by unit vector? So cos square, suppose you take a distance where cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is 1. So this is a unit vector. The length of is unit. If you multiply this with r, so we'll get a length distance of r. So along in this direction, if I get a unit vector, if I multiply with the r or p or q, whatever the distance, I'll get the length. So what we are defining by cosines? Cosines, we are defining a unit vector in that given direction. The line is which angle the line is in with respect to x, y, z reference axis. These unit vectors we call them as L, M, N. Call them as L, M, N. So the x by r is cos alpha. Cos alpha is L. So what is x? X is equal to r into L. Y is equal to r into m. Z is equal to r into n. So with unit vector, if I multiply with r, I am getting the total length of the line. This length of the line is divided into three parts. One is x part, y part, and z part. So this L, M, N are nothing but the amount of x part divided by total length is cos alpha, which is L. So no, you can put anything. I, J, K also we can write. Need not be L, L, M, N. It can be I, it can be J, it can be K. So what is R? Earlier we have seen R is equal to x square plus y square plus z square. So what is cos alpha is x by square root of x square plus y square plus z square. Similarly, cos beta and cos gamma. So these are the direction cosines which define the vector of line OP. What is scalar of OP? Scalar of OP is R. This is the distance between 0 and xyz. Root of x square plus y square plus z square. This is scalar of OP. But what is the vector of OP? Vector of OP is given by cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, I, J, K. That is L, M, N. So in this direction, this is at this distance. Similarly, if I say from Earth, from this point, what is the distance of say, Moon? So from a reference point, we'll say this is in this direction, Moon is there as of that time, because Moon is also rotating over Earth at that time, at this distance, with these three coordinates. Here y is my height, x, y, z. Okay. Suppose if the direction is reverse, In this direction, we take it as positive. Along the positive x-axis, positive y-axis, and positive z-axis. If it is on the negative side, suppose y is negative side, depth is downside. So then we'll get minus y by r, minus y by r, that is minus m. So minus L, minus M, minus N represents the reverse orientation. Suppose if the line is in this direction, opposite to OP, OP dash, then we have the cosines are minus L, minus M, minus. Because it is 180 degree minus alpha, 180 degree minus beta. So cos of pi minus alpha is minus cos alpha. But we define cos alpha as L, so it is minus. So with this basic knowledge, let us understand DCs of axis. X-axis, what is DC? So there is no component of y and z on the R. R only belongs to x. So x by x is 1. So 1, 0, 0. Similarly, y-axis 0, 1, 0 and z-axis 0, 0, 1. So if you say cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is 1, here also is 1, here also is 1. So it is basically cos alpha is giving us unit vector. We have just seen what is x is LR, y is MR, z is NR. So if I add cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma, then what I am getting? X square by r square plus y square by r square plus z square by r square from this definition. So r square is common. So x square plus y square plus r square by r square. But x square plus y square plus r square is r. This we have seen. This is the modulus of this line, length of this line, r. So r by r get cancelled, 1. So we will say that L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. Because cos alpha is L, cos square alpha is L square, M square, N square. So this is the relation of direction cosine. Basically what I am doing, I am identifying a quantity L, quantity M, quantity N such that my L square plus M square plus N square is 1. That means unit vector along this direction. So if I multiply with L, if I multiply with say R, I am getting total length. So basically this is a unit vector coefficient. LMN are nothing but unit vector coefficient. If length is 1 unit, then what is the component of x is L. What is the component of y is M. Component of z is N. So this is unit vector. XYZ is not unit vector. Here we have x square plus y square plus z square is R. R need not be 1. It can be 10, it can be 20, it can be 40, any amount. But once we define the direction with the unit vector, only have to multiply with R. LR, MR, NR. Okay. So this was simplifying the direction. It is like this. Suppose x-axis is there. Unit 1, 2, 3, 4, like that is there. This one is the unit vector along x-axis. If this one, if I multiply 10 times, I'll get x as 10. If one I multiply 20 times, I'll get 10. So we have this unit vector along x-axis is 1. This is I. So similarly, y and z. So instead, so this is a combination. Line is a combination of x, y, z. So we define them in terms of LMN, LMN. So the component of x divided by total distance, component of y divided by total distance, component of z divided by total distance are nothing but the unit vectors of the line. We define the unit vector of the line. Let us see an example. If OP is 2, then what are its DCs? So distance is 2. OP is 2. So, and DCs are given. Direction cosines are given. So 1 by root 2 is 45. 1 by root 2 is 45. This is 0, means 90. This means 90. The coordinates are what? Coordinates are L into R. 2 into 1 by root 2 is root 2. 2 into 1 by root 2 is root 2. 2 into 0 is 0. So this is the coordinates of the point. And what is the point? 45 degree, and 90 degree. So ultimately what? Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is 1. So here these are the DCs. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 0. That is 1. Okay. Now let us see. Suppose there are 2 points, x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2. The direction ratios are x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. And what is the distance between these two? X2 minus x1 whole square, y2 minus y1 whole square, z2 minus z1 whole square. So the distance by the x component. So x2 minus x1 by r, y2 minus y1 by r, z2 minus z1 by r. What is r here? R is nothing but x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z2. This is the distance between 2 points. So these are the direction cosines between the 2 points. This is L, this is M, this is N. Start, its origin is at x1, y1, z1. Okay? So the line can be represented as x in I direction, y in j direction, z in k direction. Normally I, j, k are nothing but x-axis. I is x-axis, j is y-axis, k is z-axis. So I, j, k are unit vectors along x, y, z, which are nothing but LMN are nothing but cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. And the magnitude is root of x square plus y square plus z square for a single point, or between 2 points, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square is r square. R is under root. Okay. Let us see some problem. We have to prove 3PA is 2PP. P is given, A is given, B is given. So what is PA? PA is nothing but x plus 2 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square plus z minus 3 whole square under root. What is PB? PB is x minus 13 whole square, y plus 3 whole square plus z minus 13 whole square under root. So if I do squaring both sides, 9PA square is equal to 4PB square. So 9 into PA square is equal to 4 into PB square. You see here, if I put x plus 2 or 2 minus x, both are same. Minus 2 minus x whole square. Because it is square, I can use any point as second. So minus minus also becomes plus minus square. So that is why I'm putting x1 minus x2. Okay. So this is my equation. 9PA square is 4PB square. When I solve this equation, what I am getting is x square plus y square plus z square plus 28x minus 12y plus z minus 247 is 0. This is the solution. Because once this 4b square goes to the other side, I'm getting a 0. So it is given that if this xyz satisfies this equation, we have to prove that 3PA is 2PP. So when we assumed 3PA is 2PP and squared both sides, we got the same equation. Okay. Now let us see another problem. A, B, C, 3 points are given. If D is the foot of perpendicular drawn from A to BC, suppose ABC triangle is there. From A we have drawn a perpendicular. So this BC. So perpendicular drawn from A to BC, find D. Let us see. Take ABC, this is the triangle. A triangle. A, B, now we have drop a perpendicular from here. So this point is D. He's asking what is the coordinate, find D. So what way we can do? One way is if D divides BC in a ratio m is to n, so we get coordinates of D from B and C. So D dividing m is to n. So we got the coordinates of D as 2m by m plus n, minus 3m minus 11n by m plus n, m plus 4n by m plus n. Now, what is AD? Now we write AD direction cosines. A is 184 and D coordinates are these three. So from this 2m by m plus n minus 1. So 2m minus m minus n. So that is 2m. M minus n by m plus n. 2m minus m is m minus n. M minus n by m plus n. Similarly, other minus 3m minus 11n minus 8 by m plus n minus 8. Minus 8m minus 8n. When we simplify it, I am getting. So these 3 points have come. DRs of BC, BC DRs. This is we have not covered this portion. We'll come back to this problem later. We'll go to next. Because when we understand DRs and L1, L2, we'll come back to this problem. Let us see this. Find the line DCs which makes equal angles with the axis. These are the XYZ. He said cos alpha is equal to cos beta is equal to cos gamma. Is making equal axis. So it's like a cube. This is also A, Y also A, Z also A. So cos square alpha plus cos square beta becomes 3 cos square alpha. That is 1. So alpha is 1 by root 3. 1 by 3, 1 by root 3, cos inverse, cos alpha. This is cos alpha. So 1 by root 3. The DCs are 1 plus or minus 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3. So if A, what is this distance? X square plus Y square plus Z square. A square plus A square plus A square. 3A square. Under root is root 3A. So cos alpha is A by root 3A. That is 1 by root 3. So both way we can get it. Suppose if a ray makes an angle ABC with a positive x-axis, then what is the value of sin squared A plus sin squared B plus sin squared C? So we know cos squared A plus cos squared B plus cos squared C is 1. So we put simply the formula 1 minus sin squared A. So 3 minus. So sin goes here, 1 comes to other side, 3 minus 1 is 2. So sin squared A plus sin squared B sin squared C is 2. Whereas cos squared A plus cos squared B plus cos squared C is 1. So if we add these two, what will happen? 1 plus 2, 3. So cos square A plus sin square A is 1. Cos square B plus sin square B is 1. Cos square C plus sin square C is 1. So 1, 3 ones, 3. So which is all the same formula, seeing in different angles. Okay, let us see other. Find the direction cosines of sides. We are given 3 points of a triangle. So A and B is there. So what is the distance between A and B? X distance. Minus 1 minus 3 is minus 4. 1 minus 5 is minus 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. So if these AB coordinates are this, then what is it? Mod AB? Mod AB is 4 square plus 4 square plus 6 square under root. That is 2 root 70. Similarly for BC, minus 5 plus 1 minus 4. 5 plus 1 minus 5 minus 1 minus 2 minus 2. So minus 4 minus 6 minus 4. What is the length of BC? Length of BC side is 2 root 70. Similarly, length of AC side is 2 root 42. Now we know what is the direction cosine. Direction cosine is x by r. So what is the x for AB? Difference between A and B, what is the x difference is minus 4 by R is 2 root 17. So this is minus 4 by 2 root 17. AB. Minus 4 by 2 root 17 is y direction. Y is also minus 4. Z is also 6. So 6 by 2 root 17. So this is cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma for AB line. For BC line again, minus 4 by 2 root 17, minus 6 by 2 root 17, minus 4 by 2 root 17. Similarly for AC. So here, same thing is given. Or you can remove all three are minus, you can change the minus also. So because this gives me the direction cosine of the three sides of a triangle with vertices given in coordinates. Now let us understand direction ratios. We understand direction cosines. The direction ratios are nothing but LR, MR, NR are the direction cosines. If P is XYZ, then we can say XYZ are direction ratios. And if I divide this XYZ by R, I'm getting direction cosines. So R is the absolute distance, root of x square plus y square plus z square. So difference between direction cosines and direction ratio is direction cosine is for unit vector. Direction ratio is as per actual length. So this is nothing but L into R, M into R, N into R. So between 2 points, what is the direction ratios? What is the x distance between 2 points? X2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. These are the direction ratios, is the difference of x and y and z. But what is the direction cosines? By R. R means distance between the points. What is the distance between these 2 points? Root of x2 minus x1 whole square, y2 minus y1 whole square, z2 minus z1 whole square. So there's a difference between unit vector and we have direction ratio. Nothing but R square L square. X is RL, Y is RM, Z is RM. It need not be 1. R can be anything, distance can be anything, but L square plus M square N square is 1. So this is between unit vector, I am converting into a absolute vector. Total length, scalar plus vector, both are added here. Here it is only vector quantity with unit value of scalar. Here we are adding scalar into vector. So this direction, suppose from here towards moon, it is 20 kilometers. So 20 into their unit vectors. Length. Let us say we have to find out angle between angle A, AB, AC. The direction cosines in the AB is L1, M1, N1. Direction cosines AC is L2, M2, N2. Now we want this angle. So we know that in a triangle, BC square is equal to AB square plus AC square plus 2AB AC cos theta. Cos A. So you substitute here. BC. What is BC? BC is L2 minus L1. BC is, we know B is L. If this is taken as 0, if A I am taking as origin, this is L1, M1, M1, this is L2, M2, N2. These are all unit vectors. AB is unit, AC is unit vectors. So in this direction, I have taken a unit vector here. In this direction, I am taking a unit vector here for calculating the angle at A. So B is L1, M1, N1, C is L2, M2. A is 0, 0. So then as per cosine rule, BC square is AB square is 1 square, 1. AC square is also 1 plus 2, 1 into cos A. But what is BC? BC is L2 minus X1, L2 minus L1 whole square plus M2 minus M1 whole square plus N2 minus N1 whole square. Because these are the coordinates. If we're taking A as 0, 0, 0, these are the coordinates with a distance of 1, 1 each. AB is 1, AC is 1. So distance between coordinates, this is the formula. So when expand this, what will become? L1 square plus M1 square plus N1 square. This is 1. L2 square plus M2 square plus N2 square is also 1. So this becomes 1, this becomes 1, minus 2 into L1 L2, M1 M2, N1 N2. So here this 2 and 2 gets cancelled. 2 cos A 2 and this 2 into L1 N2 cancel. So what is cos A? Is L1 N2, M1 M2 plus N1 N2. So this is the cos A angle between two lines. This is the smaller angle. This is a smaller angle. See, this is also angle. This is a bigger angle. Suppose if a line is extended. So we get a 180 minus theta. 180, this is also angle between the lines. So for smaller angle, this is mod, positive. For 180 minus theta, it can be negative also. So if the lines are perpendicular, then what happens? Cos A is 0, cos 90 is 0. So L1 M2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2 is 0, shows that both AB and AC are perpendicular. What are here L1 L2 M1 M2? They are nothing but unit vectors, nothing but cosines of AB, cosines of AC, assuming A as origin. A can be x1, y1, z1, but when I'm putting it as x2 minus x1 by square root of by AB, this becomes L1. When this x3 minus x1 by AC, this becomes L2. So we converted coordinates into unit vector coordinates. So if the lines are parallel, cos 0 is 1. So L1 M2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2 is equal to 1. So if we compare the unit vector, the cosines, we know they are perpendicular, they are parallel. So what is the dot product? This is nothing but a dot product of A dot B. If A is L1I plus M1J plus N1K and C is L2I plus M2J plus N2K, what is B dot C? I dot I square is 1. So L1 L2, M1 M2. So this is a dot product. What is A dot B? AB cos theta. We use in force dot distance. F, force in the direction of distance is the work. So this is a dot product. So this is nothing but what is the cos theta for unit vectors? This is a dot product. Now we know L1 square plus M1 square plus M square is 1. L2 square plus M2 square plus N2 square is 1 because they have represent unit vectors. Cos square alpha, cos square beta plus cos square gamma. Similarly, cos square alpha 1 plus cos square beta 1 plus cos square gamma 1. They are 1. So now in place of I am writing 1 minus cos square theta. What is 1? 1 is, this is also 1, this is also 1. So this into this, 1 into 1 is also 1. Minus, what is cos square theta? This is cos theta whole square. When we simplify it, what I am getting? Sigma L1 M2 minus M1 L2 whole square. This is nothing but 1 minus cos square theta is sin square theta. So what is sin theta? Square root of sigma L1 M2 minus M1 L2 whole square. So we have a cos angle. What is cos theta between two lines? L1 M2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 M2. We have a sine angle. What is sin theta between two lines? Square root of sigma L1 M2 minus M1 M2 whole square. Root of whole square means L1 M2 minus M1 L2. It comes to that vector. So this is sin theta. This is nothing but discriminant. If you see I, J, K. This is one line, L1, M1, N1, distance is 1 unit. L2, M2, M2, distance is other unit. Now I am finding the determinant of this. I into M1, N2 minus M2, N1 plus J into N1, L2 minus N2, L1 plus K into L1, M2 minus L2, M1. So what is this is a determinant. So what is the value of determinant? Square root of this square plus this square plus this square. Square root of L1 M2 square minus M1 L2 whole square, because this total I in the, along I it is X, along J it is Y, along K it is Z. So X root of X square plus Y square plus Z square is nothing but under root is sine theta. So if you see it as a torque, suppose this is a distance, this is the force. So we find torque is a rotating force. Torque is a rotating force. So this sine theta is used whenever we have to find out torque. Cos theta is used whenever we have to find out like work and power and energy. We use cos theta. Sine theta is torque and rotating forces. We use sine theta. So this is nothing but whatever we got here is nothing but a determinant of three directions. IJK three dimensions. This is the unit vectors along three directions for one line for a distance. This is OA, AB. This is AC. So if two vectors are acting, there is a torque acting on this. So this is a torque, which is represented by sine theta. So finally from this what we understood, cos theta is mod of L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. What is sine theta is equal to square root of, because what is AB sine theta? A cross B, AB sine theta, A is 1 unit because I have taken cosines of A, B is 1 unit, cosines of B, so 1 into sine theta. So sine theta is A cross B is nothing but determinant of vector A and vector B. So this is sine theta. This is nothing but Lagrange's. Let us see. Let us understand dot and cross product. Dot product. A is A along x direction, AY along y direction, AZ along k direction. Similarly, B. Now A dot B is AB cos theta. AB cos theta. So I am multiplying A and B. So AXI into BXI. So I cos 0. I is I square and cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. Cos 0 is 1. So this is a unit vector along I. So what is AXI into BY? AB into I dot J. I and J are 90 degree. So cos 90 is 0. So even A multiplied by B and BY and BZ, this is 0. Similarly, when AY multiplied by BX and BZ, it is 0. When AZ multiplied by BX and BY, it is 0. So finally, what is left over here? I into I plus J into J plus K into K. So this is the cos product. So this is becomes 1. Of course, I square is minus 1, but we are taking mod of that. So cos theta is A dot B by mod A and mod B. Mod A and mod B. Here we have taken mod A, mod B as unit vectors. But if there is a mod A, mod B, then I will divide it by R. So mod A, mod B. So then dot product cos theta is equal to cos of minus theta is cos theta. So A dot B is equal to B dot A. A dot B is B dot A. So this is normally applied for work is F dot ES and work is M dot theta. The moment into theta. Theta is the displacement, angular displacement. So angle between A and B vectors, how we will find out? A dot B by AB. A dot B by AB is cos theta. A dot B is nothing but AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ. Or if it is a unit vector, L1 L2, M1 M2 plus N1 N2. By R is 1 into 1. So in place of R, we are having A and B. So A dot B is equal to B dot A, AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ. Because I square is becoming 1, J square becoming 1. So it is a scalar quantity. It is no more vector. A dot B is a scalar quantity. A cross B is a vector quantity, but A dot B is a scalar. This total becomes scalar. Two vectors when multiply with dot product, I am getting a scalar. So let us say here, this is a force, this is a direction. So we have XYZ component. So along X, we have a F dot X. This is F dot Y, F dot K. This is K direction. This is X direction. This is Y direction. So whenever force in this direction, I get F dot X, F dot Y. Okay. So this is understanding of, we use dot product in E dot ds is flux, E is electric field into area, normal area, parallel area. In fact, area vector is parallel to electric field. Then it is E dot cos theta 0. Cos theta is 0 here. Similarly, force direction. Let us understand cross product. Here we have understood cos theta. Here let us understand sin theta. So A cross B is equal to AB sin theta. A into perpendicular component of B. Sin theta minus of minus sin minus theta. So I cross J is not equal to J cross I. I cross J is not equal to J cross I. I cross J is equal to minus J cross I. Because I J sin theta. Sin theta is 90. So this prevails. I cross J is I J sin 90 prevails. I cross I is I square sin 0. Sin 0 is 0. So when we do cross product, the I dot I, J dot J, J cross J, K cross K gets 0. I am not shown here. So only what prevails? I cross J and I cross K. J cross I, J cross K. Like that they prevail. So I cross J is IJ sin 90. That is 1. Similarly, J cross K is 1. K cross I is 1. This is I, J, K. This is I cross J. This is I cross K. This is J cross K. This is K cross I. This is anti-clockwise direction. But when you go reverse, J cross I. This is J cross I. This is a reverse rotation, clockwise rotation. Here it is minus 1. Universally it is taken as anti-clockwise torque is plus and clockwise torque is minus. This is universal notation. So I cross J, J cross K, K cross I is positive. J cross I cross K, K cross J is nothing but what is the angle between here? What is the positive angle is 270. Between two positive axis, the angle is 270. So sin 270 is minus 1. So minus 80. Okay. Next total. So if you see here, there is a vector OB, there is a vector OA. So this is cos theta. B cos theta is vector OB along OA. B sin theta is vector B perpendicular to OA. So we deal both axes. Along OA we get cos axis dot product. Perpendicular to this we get sin theta. Because if there is a along the axis there is no torque acting. It is only pulling. It's only perpendicularly it will try to rotate. So sin theta is for perpendicular rotation. Cos theta is for parallel pulling or pushing. And in rotation, we have either it can be clockwise, which is negative, it can be anti-clockwise. Let us see L1, M2. We have seen here in a cross product, it is L1, M2 minus M2, L1, M1, N2 minus M2, N1, N1, L2 minus N2. How this minus has come? How this plus has come? Let us see. K into L1, M2 minus M2, L1. This is a K direction. What is L1, M2? L1 is in the I direction, M2 in the Y direction. Second one, J category. I cross J. So this is positive. It is anti-clockwise rotation with respect to k axis. I cross j. This is I cross. This is L1. This is M2. M2 is second vector. See, M2 is y vector of C. L1 is x vector of B. So L1 M2 minus M1 L2. So this is anti-clockwise. So this is positive. Now what is M1 L2? M1 is J, L2 is K, because L is at the direction of x-axis, M is the direction of y-axis. J cross I is minus because the rotation is clockwise rotation. So these two get cancelled. Finally, what is prevails in K direction, Z direction is L1 M2 minus M2 L1. That is why unit vector along K of the torque is L1 M2 minus M1 L2. Similarly for other J axis and I axis. So the torque vector becomes I M1 M2 minus M2 N1, J N1 L2 minus N2 L1, K L1 M2 minus M2. So K means it is rotating about K. So when I'm giving a torque here, it is rotating like this. Suppose you have given a torque. In which axis it is rotating? With axis as K as axis, it is rotating. In the plane of XY plane, it is rotating. When here J cross K, it is rotating anti-clockwise in the plane of JK, YZ. It is rotating with x-axis. So rotation with x-axis is anti-clockwise, that is positive. So that is why this minus comes. So what is the vector? This is the vector. So what is the quantity? Root of x square plus y square plus z square. This is what we got here. Resultant torque is root of x square plus y square plus z square. That is nothing but AB sine theta sine theta. When A and B are unit vectors, this is sine theta. The same thing has been taken as Lagrange's identity. So sine square theta is sigma L1 M2 minus M1 M2 whole square. This is because of the cross product. Minus is because this is clockwise rotation. This is anti-clockwise. This is anti-clockwise. Plus is anti-clockwise. This is minus. So A dot B is dot product, scalar output. A cross B is torque, is a vector output. This is a vector output. We use this is IJK. AB sine theta. AB sine theta. When A and B are 1, sine theta is A cross B. What is the value of this? Root of x square plus y square. So we use this torque in terms of B magnetic field. Distance into I into L cross B. You got electromagnetic wave E cross B. All are cross. Some are cross vectors. Some are dot products. Flux and work. So if the lines are parallel, so this L1 square all will become 0 because sine theta is 0. AB is sine theta. Sine 0 is 0. So this whole thing is 0. That means L1 M2 minus M1 M2 is 0. That means what? L1 by L2 is M1 by M2. That is equal to N1 by N2. This is a parallel line. If you see, this is a parallel line. 4x plus 3y plus 8z. If I multiply with 2, 8x plus 6y plus 16z plus 5. These are parallel lines. So L1 by L2 is 1 by 2. M1 by M2 is 1 by 2. N1 by N2 is 1 by 2. What is L1 here? L1 is actually not 4. 4 by the distance. 4 square plus 3 square plus 8 square under root. This is the R. So 4 by R. So RR gets cancelled here. So L1 by L2 becomes equal. These are the parallel. So let us continue direction cosines and direction ratios of class 11 chapter 6. Now we'll do some problems to understand the concepts and to get strength on the concepts. Find the direction ratios of line joining two lines, points. So we know direction ratio is nothing but the x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. When I do, I get 104 is the direction ratios. So what is the distance between point A and B? Is the root of x square plus y square plus z square. So root of 16 plus 1 is root of 17. So what are the direction cosines of this line between A to B? So 1 by root 17, 0, 4 by root 17. These are the direction cosines. Always remember cos theta is less than 1. Root 17 is more than 1. These are direction. This is the distance. 104, they are more than 1. If it is 1, if this is 0, then I can say it can be a direction cosine. Because it is cos of square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. So this is the direction ratios gives you the exact distances. Direction cosines will give you 1. If I cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma, what I am getting 1 by 17 plus 16 by 17. 17 by 17, that is 1. So there is a difference between cosines and directions. Okay, this shows x-axis it is 1, y-axis it is 0, z-axis it is 4. Okay, find cos theta between the two lines. You are going to, so we know cos theta is L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. So when I do is root of 2 by 3. This is cos theta. So he's asking cos theta value. So it is root of 2 by 3. So we check it. L square plus M square plus N square is it 1? 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3, 3 by 3, 1. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 0, 1. So these are all direction cosines. 2 points are given. OP is perpendicular to OQ. So what is OP? Correction ratios are 2, 3, 4. Same itself. What is direction cosines of OP? 2 by square root of 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square. Let it be say OP. 2 by OP, 3 by OP, 4 by OP. These are the direction cosines. Cosines means cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. Similarly, 1 by OQ, k by OQ, 1 by OQ. So what is the dot product of AB? Is 2 by OP into 1 by OQ. So 2 by OP OQ plus 3 by OP OQ plus 4 by OP OQ. This is K, no? 4K, this is K. 3K by OP OQ. So OP OQ goes to other side 0. So 2 plus 3K plus 4 is equal to 0. So K is equal to minus 2. Here, see, we need not calculate the R here, distances. OP and OR, we need not calculate because they get into, once it is equal to 0, these two get cancelled 0. We need not, we can directly do with direction ratios. X1, X2, Y1, Y2 plus Z1, Z2. So we are saving some time here. Okay. In competitive exam, saving time is important. Let us see. Find the angle made with X axis by a line with DR. So 340 is the DR given. The point is at 340. What is the distance of the point? Is 5. Root of a square plus x square plus y square plus z square. So 3 by 5, 4 by 5, 0 are the cos theta, cos alpha, cos gamma. So theta x is equal to cos inverse 3 by 5. Theta y is equal to cos inverse 4 by 5. Theta z is 90 degree. Okay. Now we say cos square alpha plus cos square beta. 3 square by 5 square plus 4 square by 5 square is equal to 5 square by 5 square. That is 1. Okay. Find angle between AB and DC. A is given, B is. So we have to find out what is the DC of AB and DC of CD. So DR of AB is 4 minus 3, 1, 6 minus 4, 2, 3 minus 5 minus 2. What is DC? By R. We have to put by R. So 4 plus 4 plus 1 is 9. Root of 9 is 3. So 1 by 3, 2 by 3, minus 2 by 3 are the DCs of AB line. Minus 2 by 3, 2 by 3, minus 1 by 3 are the DCs of CD line. So L1 M cos theta is equal to L1 M2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. So answer is 4 by 9. So theta is cos inverse 4 by 9. This is not a standard one where I can write 30 degree, 45 degree, something like that. No. So we'll simply put cos inverse 4 by 9. Let us see. It's a very easy thing. Find DCs of a line which is perpendicular lines with the DRs. We are given two lines with DRs. It is perpendicular to both. So this is OP, this is OQ. Let us say OA is this, OB is this, and this line perpendiculars are, let the perpendicular line DRs are A, B, C. We are writing DRs. Okay. So we know this OABC line perpendicular, let us say it is OC, is perpendicular to OA. So A minus B plus 2C is equal to 0. Is also perpendicular to this. 2A plus B minus C is equal to 0. So when we solve this, we may not get ABC, but we'll get their relations. We get their relations. We get A by 1 is equal to C by minus 3, and we get C by 3 is equal to B by 5. So when we compare it, we get A by minus 1 is equal to C by 3 is equal to B by 5. So if it is equal to say K, then A is equal to minus 1K, C is equal to 3K, B is equal to 5K. And what is the distance from this? Root of x square plus y square plus root of a square plus b square plus c square. So this KK gets cancelled. So it is become root 35. So direction cosines are minus 1K by root 35K. KK getting cancelled. Minus 1 by root 35. B is 5 by root 35. C is 3 by root 35. So these steps are slightly faster. Let us understand. From these two equations, 3 variables. I will not be getting ABC independently. What I will get is the relation between them. So this is the relation. So if I put it K, then their DCs are proportional to their respective denominators. So minus 1 by 1 square plus 3 square plus y square. Because R is A square plus B square plus C square. So K into 1 square is 1 plus 9 plus 25 is 35, root 35. So we get DCs. Okay. Now let us see. Show that two lines are at 90 degrees whose DCs are given by this DC L1, M1, N1, L2, M2, N2. These two satisfy these two equations. L1 plus M1 plus N1 is 0. L2 plus M2 plus N2 is 0. Similarly, 2M1, 2Mn minus 3NL minus 5M is 0. And also, the relation is also valid. L square plus M square plus N square is 1. So with these three equations, we have to find the ratios between L1, L2, L1, M1, L, all the ratios, so that to find the they are at 90 degrees. Let us solve. So from this equation, L is equal to minus half M plus N. You substitute here. So what we get a relation between M by N. 5x square plus 4x minus 3 is equal to 0, where x is equal to M by N. So M by N is having two values. So what is the product of M by N? M1 by M1 M2 by N1 M2. They are the two product. Product of the two roots. One root is M1 by N1. Second root is M2 by N2. The product is C by A minus 3 by 5. Similarly, instead of eliminating L here, I am eliminating N here. When we substitute, we got L by M equation. So L1 by M1 into L1 by M1 into L2 by M2. So L1 by M1 is one product, L2 by M2 is another root. So these two roots are 2 by 3. From these roots, these two, you get L1 by L2 by 2 is equal to M1 by M2 by 3 is equal to N1 by N2 by minus 5. Because see, L1 by L2, this 2 comes here by 2, becomes M1 M2 by 3. But M1 M2 by 3 is equal to N1 M2 by minus 5. This minus comes here, minus. So what are the, now we have to find out L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2 is equal to cos theta. So let it equal to say. So L1 L2 is equal to K into 3. M1 M2 is equal to K into 2, K into 3, K into 2, K into minus 5. So this is 0. So the dot product is of the two lines is 0. That means it is a perpendicular line. Let us see at the same time another angle. Now you saying what is the angle? We are given two conditions. So L square plus M square minus N square is 0. That means L square plus M square plus N square also 0. So when we solve these two, N square getting cancelled, I get N two values. Plus half 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2. So if I put S, N is 1 by root 2. So L plus M is equal to minus 1 by root 2 or L plus M is equal to 1 by root 2. So when you use this substitute in the second equation, so I'm squaring both sides. L square plus M square plus 2LM is equal to 1 by 2. So L square plus M square is equal to 0 is equal to N square. So N square plus 2LM. Again, N square is 1 by 2. So LM is 0. This equation, substituting this, LM becomes 0. That means L is 0 or M is 0. So we got two values. L0, N1 by root 2. L0, N1 by root 2. If substitute here, M minus 1 by root 2. We got M0, N minus 1 by root 2. We got L minus root of 1 by root 2. So just it is varying between 0 and 1 by root 2. Okay. Now we have two DCs. We got these are the two lines. So cos theta is L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. That is equal to minus 1 by 2. So we have to get the smaller angle between these two lines. Smaller angle is mod of this 1 by 2. That is 60 degree. So how we have proceeded? Taking equations, I found out a relation like L1 M2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. Got the cos theta. Okay. Let us see. This is a cube. This is a cube. Now, if a ray makes angles A, B, C, D with 4 diagonals of a cube. So what is first diagonal? What is one diagonal here? 0 to P. This is one diagonal. What is second diagonal? B to M. What is the diagonal? A to this one. O. Rather O to A. This is the third diagonal. What is the fourth diagonal? N to C. So they are the 4 diagonals of cube. So one line is making angles ABCD with these 4 diagonals. Let us see direction cosines of all the 4 diagonals. First, the length is root 3a. Diagonal length is root 3a because a square plus a square plus a square root 3a. So direction cosines are 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3. So DC of diagonal OP, O and P. So all are positive. So 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3. DC of BM. BM, if you see, BM, X is positive, Y is positive, but Z is negative. This point is at a negative side of Z. Z is a positive in this. This is given Y, okay. Y is positive in this direction, but in this direction Y is negative. So this is minus 1 by root 3. So we are taking this as Z axis. So 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, minus 1 by root 3. Similarly, DA. Let us assume this is Z axis. Okay. X, Y, Z. Slightly changed here, but they come back. So this is of DA. Let us say D. This is D and A. So here X is positive, 1 by root 3. Y is negative, minus 1 by root 3. Z is also negative, minus 1 by root 3. Okay. Similarly, this is of Cn. This is of Cn. X is positive, 1 by root 3. Z is negative, minus 1 by root 3. Y is negative. This is assuming as Y, minus 1 by root 3. Z is positive because this direction positive, 1 by root 3. So this varies between the signature of minus some places plus some places. So these are the diagonals. So what is cos A? Cos A is, let it be LMN of the line, ray which is going. So L1 by 1 by root 3 plus M1 by 1 by root 3 plus N1 by 1 by root 3. Similarly, we have minus cos B, cos C, cos D will come. So when we do cos square A plus cos square B plus cos square C plus cos square D, what we are getting? This is 1 by 3 into L square plus M square plus N square. So when we cos square A, what is cos square A? L square by 3 plus M square by 3 plus N square by 3 plus 2AB plus 2BC plus 2CA. So here, when I take 1 by 3 out, what I'm getting? L square plus M square plus N square. That is 1. Here also L square plus M square plus N square, 1. This is also 1. So 4 ones are there. This is the 4 ones. 4 into L square plus M square plus N square. Now, 2AB, 2BC, 2CA. Here minus 2CA, minus 2CB. They get cancelled. Here minus 2AB, here minus 2CA is plus 2BC. So like that, there 2AB terms gets cancelled. So what are left out is 4 by 3. Okay. So what is it we are learning in this? We are learning the how to find direct and cosines. This is written assuming this is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is z-axis. This is assuming as this is y-axis. This is z-axis. This is, with respect to this, we have written the coordinates. Okay. Now let us see another problem from the exercise. Two lines are given, P1, P2. These are the cosines of the lines. L1, M1, N1. P1 is L1, M1, M1. P2 is L2, M2, M2. So when I put OP1, the DCs are there. So I want what is the chord? The DCs of angular bisector. Angular bisector. So let us say this is the distance of R. So this distance is R into L1, M1, P1. These are the coordinates of P1. What are the coordinates of P2? Also same distance R. R into L2, M2, N2. So when we have two OP1 and OP, the coordinates. P1 coordinate is RL1, RM1, RN1, RL2, RM2, RN2. What is the midpoint of? So this is P is midpoint of point P1 and P2. P1 with coordinates of this, P2 with coordinates of this. So midpoint formula is A1 plus A2 by X1 plus X2 by 2. So R into L1 plus L2 by 2, R into M1 plus M2 by 2, R into Zn plus N2 by 2. This is the midpoint. So then this OP, what is the distance of OP? Is equal to root of x square plus y square plus z square. So when I write cosine, so x by length OP. So x is equal to R into L1 plus L2 by 2 by the OP length. The OP length consists of R get cancelled. So L1 by L2 by R, total distance. So this is proportional to L1 plus L2. Proportional to M1 plus M2. Proportional to N1 plus N2. So the center point. Similarly, if this is angular bisector. Suppose if this angular bisector is in this direction, it is a positive direction. If it is in this, it can be in this direction also. Then it will be L1 minus L2, M1 minus M2, N1 minus N2. So it will be opposite. External line. Internal line is we have to add both the averaging of their unit vectors. Okay. Now let us see here. What is the sigma R into L1 plus L2 by 2 whole square? This is the length of this OP. So let us see. L1 plus L2 whole square plus M1 plus M2 whole square plus N1 plus N2 whole square is equal to L1 square plus M1 square plus N1 square is 1. L2 square plus M2 square plus N2 square is 1 plus 2 into L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1. This is cos theta, between angle between two lines. This is unit vector, L1 and 2 is unit vector. So 2 plus 2 cos theta, that is 4 cos squared theta by 2. So this is L1 L2 by 2 cos theta by 2. So the value of this is, it is proportional to L1 plus L2. But the actual value is L1 plus L2 by 2 cos theta by 2. M1 plus M2 by 2 cos theta by 2. N1 plus N2 by 2 cos theta by 2. Cos theta by 2 is in the denominator. I put it root because under this root, this is the root. Root of this is 4 cos square theta by 2 and root is 2 cos theta by 2. This is under root. Okay, what is cos theta by 2 otherwise? L1 L plus M1 M plus N1 N. This is the cos theta. L2 plus MM2, whereas LMN are for P, which are nothing but L1 plus L2 by 2 cos theta, M1 plus M2 by 2 cos theta. So this is the way a bisector behaves. Let us see another problem. A, B, C are given 3 points. DCs of bisector of BAC are proportional to this. This is what we have to prove. So we have to find it DCs of bisector. Proportion is L1 plus L2, M1 plus M2, N1 plus N2, plus or minus. So let us say DC of AB. DC of AB is 5 plus 1, 6, 0 minus 2, minus 6 plus 3, minus 3. And DRs, direction ratios, x2 minus x1. 0 minus plus 1, 1, 4 minus 2, 2, minus 1 plus 3, 2. So DRs, from DRs we get DCs, by we have to put the sum 6 square plus 2 square plus 3 square under root becomes 7. This is 3. So we are divided by their modulus sum. So 6 by 7 minus 2 by 7. These are the DCs of AC and AB. So now we know DCs of BAC bisector either L1 plus L2 or L1 minus L2. So 6 by 7 plus 1 by 3 will become 25. 6 by 7 minus 1 by 3 will become minus 11. So minus 2 by 7 plus 2 by 3 will become 8. Or minus becomes minus 20. So what are the two coordinates? 25, 8, 5. Or my 11 minus 20 minus. You can remove minus here. 20, 23. So 11 minus 11, 20, 23. So we have proved that the DCs of bisector of BAC are proportional to L1 plus L2 by 2, M1 plus M2 by 2, plus means plus or minus. Now again, two equations are given. We have to find the angle between them. It is same as this problem. Find the angle between two DCs which satisfy equation. Same, repeat. So let us see here. I am substituting M value into the second one. I got an equation in L by N. Then I got an equation L by N. L can be two values. So when I substitute L two values, I got an equation between M and N. This is M and N. M is equal to N. So I got L by minus 1 is equal to N by 1. One set. And L by minus 2 is equal to N by 1. So M by minus 2 is equal to N by 1. M by 1 is equal to N by 1. When I compare these two, I get two sets of equations. L by minus 1 is equal to N by 1 is equal to M by minus 2. Or L by minus 2 is equal to N by 1 is equal to M by 1. So I got two sets of lines. These are the two lines. So what are the cos between the line? L1, L2 plus M1, M2 plus N1, N2. So here we know from the DRs of this, they are the ratio of 1, minus 1, minus 2. So minus 1, minus 2 become 1, 2. Under L we have minus 1. Under M you have -2. Under N you have -1. So 1, 2, -1. This is one line. This is L. -2, 1, 1. This is the second line. These are the DRs. How we got DRs? If I put K lambda or K1, N1 is K11, L is -K1, M is -2K. So we can divide it by their sigma, A square plus B square plus C square, KK gets cancelled. So we get DCs. DC is 1 square plus 2 square plus 1 square. This is 6, 1 by root 6, 2 by root 6, minus 1 by root 6. So what is the angle between these two? Cos theta is equal to A1 L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. These are the two lines DCs. So I got -1 by root 6. So cos inverse 1 by root 6 is the smaller angle. What we have found out here? From this equation, we found out DCs of both the lines. Some relation L1 by M1 we found out. And we solved. Why we got two equations? Because Mn is here, Lm is here, NL is here. So we got two lines equations. Here we got only one line. Here we got only here also we got two equations. Also we got two sets of equations for both lines. So once we get DCs of both lines, it is easy to calculate cos theta L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. So DC is getting 1 by root 6. If I don't put root 6 here, this will not appear. Then it will be wrong. These are DRs because they are more than 1 plus or minus 1. They are proportional. Okay. So with this, we understand a line's direction, a line's cosines, line's direction ratios, how perpendicularity, how sine theta, how cos theta are coming in the direction of this. Okay. We have to do more and more practice, more and more problems.